Under a sky heavy with the promise of monotony, students drag themselves toward the looming school gate. Their faces, masks of boredom and reluctant acceptance, tell tales of endless homework and early mornings. The school building, a monolithic giant, casts a long shadow, swallowing the last vestiges of freedom. Each step toward the gate is a surrender, a silent admission to the day's inevitable grind. The air is thick with unspoken complaints and stifled yawns, a symphony of teenage discontent. Beyond the gate, knowledge awaits, but for now it feels like a heavy chain. Principal Stern, a formidable woman, presides over her office, her gaze sharp and discerning. Her desk is a landscape of student files, each document scrutinized with a critical eye. The office is quiet, save for the rustle of paper as she turns a page, her expression unreadable. A portrait of authority, she is the gatekeeper of discipline and order. Her silence speaks volumes, hinting at the weight of responsibility she carries. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating dust and restless energy. A teacher's strained patience is a thin mask over rising frustration. 30 students fill the desks, a sea of boredom and suppressed rebellion. Whispers ripple like a persistent hum, a symphony of disinterest. Pens click, phones gleam, fleeting escapes from the lecture's drone. Unspoken tension crackles, a prelude to potential classroom chaos. In the cafeteria, students sit in grim silence at long tables. Each student stares intently at their tray, avoiding eye contact. The food on their plates appears bland and unappetizing. A heavy quiet permeates the room. The air is thick with unspoken tension. Each bite is taken with a mechanical, joyless precision. In the stern Principal Stern's office, a large oak desk looms, its polished surface reflecting the gravity of the moment. Principal Stern's face is unreadable, his gaze fixed on the nervous student before him. The student fidgets, eyes darting around the room, a clear sign of terror and discomfort. Silence hangs heavy in the air, punctuated only by the student's shallow, anxious breaths. Ada steps into the bustling schoolyard, a new face amidst the familiar chaos. Her eyes scan the scene, a blend of curiosity and apprehension etched on her face. Children's laughter and shouts echo around her, a vibrant symphony of youthful energy. She clutches her backpack, a silent observer in a world that is yet unknown. A deep breath steadies her resolve as she takes her first tentative steps forward. The school bell rings, a signal, and the mass of students heads towards the building. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating floating dust as Ada faces a sea of new faces, her stance a mix of nerves and resolve. Ada's voice rings out, clear yet tinged with uncertainty. "Hi, everyone. My name is Ada." Murmurs ripple through the room, a wave of curiosity and thinly veiled suspicion washing over the students' faces. Each student observes Ada, their expressions a tableau of silent judgment and cautious welcome. Ada sits alone in the bustling cafeteria, a solitary figure amidst the lively crowd. Her gaze sweeps across the room, silently observing the animated interactions of other students. A sense of detachment hangs around her as she remains an outsider looking in. The cafeteria buzzes with activity, yet Ada's world is quiet and introspective. Sunlight floods the library, illuminating countless dusty books, each holding silent stories. Ada, a student with fierce resolve, is hunched over a table laden with aged yearbooks. The scent of aged paper fills the air as Ada flips through pages, brow furrowed in concentration. Her fingers trace the faded ink, each touch a step deeper into the past. A pattern begins to emerge from the records, hinting at long-hidden secrets. The shadow of Principal Stern looms as Ada uncovers a history of unfair treatment. In the schoolyard, Ada watches Principal Stern. His face reddens as he scolds a student by the flagpole. Spittle flies as Stern gestures wildly, his anger palpable in the open air. The younger student shrinks, clutching his backpack tightly, overwhelmed by Stern's fury. Ada's brow furrows deeper, a silent judgment forming as she witnesses the scene unfold. Sunlight floods the classroom, dust motes swirling in golden rays as students sit in orderly rows. Ada rises, her fiery eyes reflecting a burning resolve against the soft morning light. Her voice, though trembling slightly, cuts through the quiet hum of the classroom with firm conviction. A challenge hangs in the air as she speaks. Principal Stern's policies are unfair and need to be challenged. The students watch Ada, faces a mix of curiosity and anticipation as her words echo in the sunlit room. Ada sits rigidly in the principal's office, sunlight highlighting the unease in her posture. Principal Stern leans forward, his face etched with concern as he initiates the discussion. Ada, I've called you in today to discuss your outspokenness. Principal Stern begins, his tone measured. Ada's brow furrows, confusion clouding her features. I don't understand, she replies, voice laced with uncertainty. Stern warns Ada, I must warn you to keep your opinions to yourself. The dust motes dance in the ray of sunlight, the silence hanging heavy with unspoken implications. Sunlight warms the schoolyard as Ada, eyes blazing, gathers her friends. Her voice drops, a fierce whisper against injustice, as she confides in her peers. Ada leans forward, her frustration palpable, drawing her listeners closer. Her words paint a vivid picture of Principal Stern's unfair actions. Each word is laced with passion, igniting a shared sense of outrage. The air crackles with their collective resolve to fight for what's right. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating dust motes, as Ada sits among her classmates, determination blazing in her eyes. Textbooks lie forgotten, cast aside in favor of a daring scheme brewing among the students. In hushed, conspiratorial tones, they meticulously plan how to expose Principal Stern's actions. Each whispered word is a step closer to unveiling the truth, their resolve hardening with every shared glance. A unified front against injustice forms, illuminated by sunbeams and fueled by youthful defiance. Sunlight floods the library, highlighting towering bookshelves. Ada, focused, gathers scattered documents on a large wooden table. Her brow furrowed, she meticulously sifts through files, determined to uncover evidence of Principal Stern's misconduct. Each document is examined with intense scrutiny as Ada seeks the truth hidden within the library's depths. The weight of her task is visible in her determined gaze, a silent promise to expose the darkness. Sunlight floods the schoolyard as Ada gathers with classmates. Whispers and gestures fill the air as they refine their strategy. The school ceremony plan takes shape under the bright sun. Enthusiasm radiates as Ada leads their collaborative effort. Each detail is meticulously adjusted for the upcoming event. Confidence blooms as they finalize their preparations. The auditorium buzzes with anticipation as the school ceremony is about to start. Rows of proud parents fill the seats, their faces eager and expectant. Teachers stand by, their expressions a mix of pride and encouragement. Students, a sea of faces, fill the auditorium, ready for the ceremony. A palpable sense of excitement fills the air as the ceremony commences. Under the bright auditorium lights, Principal Stern stands at the podium, a smug smile plastered across her face. She gestures grandly, basking in the glow of self-admiration. Her voice rings out, dripping with self-importance. And I must say, she declares, her tone laced with pride, the remarkable progress is a direct reflection of my unwavering leadership. Ada walks onto the expansive stage, the auditorium stretching before her, expectant and vast. A delicate tremor runs through her voice as she begins, a hesitant start echoing in the silent hall. Her posture firms, shoulders squaring as conviction starts to bloom within her. Each word gains strength, resonating with growing confidence. The initial shakiness fades. Her voice now rings clearly, filling the auditorium. She commands attention with newfound power. Ada's transformation is complete, her voice a beacon of assuredness, captivating every listener. Sunlight floods the auditorium, illuminating the silent anticipation of the crowd. Ada stands poised at the podium, a beacon of resolve amidst swirling dust motes. Her voice, clear and unwavering, cuts through the silence, carrying the weight of truth. Before her, a neat stack of papers holds damning evidence against Principal Stern. Hope flickers in the eyes of students and teachers, mingled with a deep apprehension. Each cited testimony echoes in the vast space, painting a stark portrait of mistreatment. A sea of shocked faces fills the auditorium, mouths agape as Ada's words echo. Disbelief ripples through the room, a palpable wave crashing over the stunned audience. The fluorescent lights hum, casting long shadows that dance in the profound silence. Every eye is wide, fixed in stunned silence, reflecting the weight of Ada's revelation. Principal Stern stands at the podium, sweat glistening, her gestures broad in the echoing auditorium. Her voice reverberates, filling the space, yet seems to fade into the vast emptiness. Rows of empty seats stretch before her, a silent, critical audience amplifying her solitude. Her carefully chosen words hang in the air, tinged with a palpable sense of desperation. Inside the auditorium, school board members sit in stern silence, their expressions a mask of disapproval. The weight of their judgment fills the room, creating an atmosphere thick with unspoken tension. Each face reflects a silent critique. The air is charged with anticipation. The silence stretches, amplifying the gravity of the moment. The auditorium resonates with joyous applause, a warm wave of sound filling the space. Students and parents alike erupt in a symphony of appreciation. The collective sound swells, a testament to moments shared and dreams realized. The stage basks in the glow of their admiration, a vibrant scene of celebration. An auditorium falls silent as Disgrace descend. Principal Stern is escorted out, head bowed. Whispers ripple through the stunned crowd. His departure echoes in the vast hall. The weight of his actions hangs heavy. A chapter closes, uncertainty looms. The school gate bursts with life as students gather, their faces shining with youthful exuberance. Ada is at the center of the throng, radiating victory and hope. Cheers erupt, echoing through the air like a symphony of shared triumph. Each student's face reflects a collective dream for a brighter future. The school gate transforms into a beacon of joy and communal spirit. Sunlight floods the principal's newly renovated office, erasing the stern legacy of the past. Student art bursts with life, replacing portraits with youthful visions. The new principal's kind eyes reflect hope as she surveys her vibrant domain. A single potted plant adds warmth, mirroring the approachable demeanor of the school's new leader. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating rows of eager faces, each turned towards the promise of new knowledge. A sea of hands rises, a silent chorus of curiosity and intelligence filling the bright, airy space. Eyes sparkle with anticipation, reflecting the light and the boundless potential of young minds ready to learn. The air buzzes with the vibrant energy of active learning, a palpable hum of intellectual excitement. Textbooks lie open, their pages filled with worlds waiting to be explored, secrets to be uncovered. A teacher smiles, a beacon of guidance in a room brimming with potential and the promise of bright futures. The cafeteria is alive with the cheerful chaos of lunchtime as sunlight bathes the room in a warm, inviting glow. Ideal students gather at tables laden with vibrant, healthy food, their laughter and chatter filling the air. A symphony of youthful energy and camaraderie unfolds as friendships deepen over shared meals. The atmosphere is bright and buzzing, a perfect blend of nourishment and social connection. Sunlight bathes the schoolyard as children scatter, their laughter echoing through the air. Ada and her classmates move among them, their faces bright with carefree joy. A tapestry of shared experiences weaves a strong bond between them, enriching their youthful games. In the vibrant chaos of the schoolyard, friendships blossom under the warm, watchful sun. Sunlight floods the library, highlighting rows of books and intent students. The air is thick with the scent of aged paper and hushed whispers of shared knowledge. Students huddle over books and laptops, lost in study. A librarian stands watch, ready to guide seekers of wisdom. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating rows of eager students ready to learn. Desks form a semicircle, creating an atmosphere of collaboration and openness. M.R. Harrison stands at the front, his warm expression inviting students to participate. "All right, everyone," Mr. Harrison begins, his voice filled with encouragement and warmth. "Today's discussion is all about your thoughts and ideas," he says, gesturing to the class. "Don't be afraid to speak up. There are no wrong answers here," Mr. Harrison concludes with a reassuring smile. Sunlight bathes the school gate as students pour through, their laughter echoing in the morning air. Faces beam with youthful energy, a vibrant tapestry of anticipation weaving through the crowd. A palpable sense of excitement hangs in the air, electric with the promise of new discoveries. Books are clutched tightly, symbols of knowledge ready to be unlocked within the hallowed halls. Each step forward is a stride towards growth, fueled by the endless possibilities of a fresh school day. Sunlight floods the principal's welcoming office, dust motes swirling in golden beams. The new principal, warm and attentive, listens as Anna nervously fidgets. Anna stands before the large oak desk, her backpack a shield against the unknown. The principal nods, his gaze steady, making notes on his pad. His expression is earnest, a silent promise of understanding. Anna's anxiety is palpable in the bright, open space. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating students immersed in projects. Laughter and murmurs fill the air as students brainstorm and collaborate. A vibrant atmosphere of collective effort and mutual encouragement prevails. Completed projects proudly displayed, showcasing shared achievements. Sunlight floods the schoolyard, turning it into a stage for courage. Ada stands tall, a beacon of defiance against the ordinary. Students gather their faces, mirrors reflecting admiration and a spark of newfound resolve. The air buzzes with a palpable sense of unity, invisible threads connecting each heart. A shared purpose ignites in their eyes, a silent promise of collective action. The schoolyard transforms into a crucible of change, where dreams take flight. Sunlight floods the auditorium, illuminating rows of expectant faces and banners heralding a new beginning. Banners proclaim celebrating change as the room buzzes with anticipation. Students, teachers, and parents fill the seats, their eyes sparkling with hope. A palpable sense of excitement hangs in the air, promising transformation and renewal. The auditorium awaits, ready to witness the dawn of a significant new chapter. Sunlight floods the auditorium, illuminating dust motes as students in vibrant costumes fill the stage. A harmonious chorus rises, youthful voices blending in a song of gratitude and hope. Focused expressions on musicians as their instruments weave a tapestry of sound. Singers pour heartfelt emotion into each note, their passion resonating in the sunlit hall. The air vibrates with youthful energy, a celebration of music and camaraderie. A palpable sense of gratitude and hope fills the auditorium, a bright promise for the future. Sunlight floods the auditorium, highlighting swirling dust motes and the expectant faces of the crowd. At the podium, the new principal stands tall, a beacon of calm authority in the sun-drenched hall. Their voice, clear and unwavering, cuts through the silence. "We stand at a crossroads," the principal declares, their gaze sweeping over the assembled students. "Our choices define us," the principal continues, the words resonating with quiet power. "Let justice be our compass, and compassion our guide," the principal finishes, a call to action hanging in the air. Sunlight floods the auditorium, highlighting dust motes as Ada approaches the podium, a serene smile on her face. The auditorium buzzes with anticipation as students, teachers, and parents eagerly await Ada's words. A hush falls over the crowd, all eyes drawn to Ada, her presence radiating warmth and confidence. The bright, airy space is filled with a sense of hope and expectation, centered on Ada's poised figure. The school bell's liberating ring unleashes a torrent of students, hope and empowerment etched on their eager faces. Backpacks bouncing, they surge forth, a tide of youthful energy ready to seize the boundless opportunities ahead. Each step is a stride towards their future, fueled by anticipation and the promise of dreams yet to unfold. The school gates open wide, framing the students as they embark on journeys filled with endless potential. Sunlight fills Mr. Thompson's office, dust motes swirling in golden beams. Behind a large oak desk, Mr. Thompson leans back, a thoughtful expression etched on his face. His gaze drifts towards a bulletin board, a tapestry of student artwork and proud achievements. A half-empty coffee cup sits beside a stack of files, a silent testament to his dedication. Sunlight floods the classroom, motes of dust suspended in golden light, as students gather. Animated faces turn toward a speaker, their expressions a mix of curiosity and fervent interest. Hands gesture, punctuating points in a lively debate on ethics and social responsibility. Books and papers strewn across the desks hint at the depth of their intellectual exploration. The classroom vibrates with the palpable energy of engaged minds wrestling with complex ideas. Under a bright sky, the schoolyard bursts with youthful energy as Ada and her classmates prepare for community service projects. Colorful banners flutter, proclaiming their mission to aid those in need. Boxes overflow with donations, symbols of their collective generosity and care. A palpable sense of excitement electrifies the air as they meticulously organize their efforts. Each student's face shines with purpose, reflecting the joy of giving back. The schoolyard transforms into a hub of compassion, ready to spread kindness throughout the community. Sunlight floods the library, illuminating towering shelves where students are absorbed in study. The air buzzes with quiet focus, the rustling of pages, a gentle counterpoint to silent concentration. Posters of civil rights movements adorn the walls, a silent testament to ongoing battles. Displays highlight women's suffrage, echoing voices of change from generations past. LGBTQ+ rights are championed in vibrant colors, a beacon of hope and equality in the hallowed halls. Sunlight floods the classroom, catching dust motes in the air as students focus intently. The teacher stands, a beacon of warmth, her smile inviting as she begins the lesson. Her kind eyes scan the rows, a silent encouragement to each student. She gestures, her movements thoughtful, each word chosen with care. The classroom buzzes with quiet anticipation, ready to absorb her wisdom. Near the bright daylight, the school gate is bustling with students returning with purpose. A surge of renewed energy fills the air. Each student carries a sense of determination. A place of learning comes alive with ambition. Sunlight floods the principal's office, illuminating a scene of vibrant discussion. The new principal, radiating energy, leads teachers and parents in a lively brainstorming session. Proposals and ideas spread across the table, reflecting a shared vision of inclusivity. Animated faces reveal their deep engagement in building a more equitable school. Sunlight floods a vibrant classroom, illuminating students from diverse backgrounds in animated discussion. Enthusiastic faces reflect the lively exchange of ideas. Posters celebrating diversity create a warm, welcoming atmosphere. The classroom buzzes with energy, a hub of learning and acceptance. Bathed in sunlight, Ada and her classmates fill the schoolyard, their vibrant energy a beacon to the younger students. Ada gestures with infectious enthusiasm, her animated expressions captivating the younger students. The younger students listen intently, their faces mirroring a blend of curiosity and dawning understanding. A palpable buzz of collaborative learning fills the air, each interaction sparking newfound determination. Budding leadership blossoms in the schoolyard, nurtured by shared knowledge and mutual inspiration. Sunlight floods the library, illuminating countless volumes and the hushed industry of students absorbed in their studies. A student scrolls intently through articles, their brow furrowed in concentration, lost in a digital world of knowledge. Another pores over an ancient map, tracing forgotten routes with a thoughtful gaze, seeking truths in faded lines. A group collaborates, textbooks and notes spread around them, their voices a low murmur of shared discovery. The library hums with intellectual energy, a haven of quiet industry and boundless curiosity under the sunlit windows. Sunlight floods the vibrant classroom, illuminating colorful artwork and eager faces. The teacher's eyes twinkle with energy as they passionately explain a concept. Unconventional methods spark curiosity, drawing the initially hesitant students into active participation. Faces light up with newfound understanding and creativity, filling the classroom with palpable excitement. Sunlight bathes the school gate as students surge out, a torrent of youthful energy released into the world. Their faces glow with anticipation, ready to apply newfound knowledge. Backpacks jostle as they stride forward, carrying the weight of dreams and aspirations. Each step resonates with the promise of positive change, a collective determination in their gait. Laughter echoes, weaving through the air, a symphony of hope and youthful ambition. They step out, prepared to leave their mark, the future unfolding before them. Sunlight floods the principal's tidy office, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. The new principal reviews documents at an oak desk, a framed photo of smiling children nearby. The weight of expectation fills the room. The potential for positive change lingers in the sun-drenched office. In a flashback, Principal Stern's office exudes authority. A younger, harsher version sits imposingly behind her desk. Her stern, unyielding face betrays no warmth as she surveys the room with a critical eye. Before her stands a nervous student, caught in the crosshairs of her intense gaze. The air crackles with unspoken tension, the student's anxiety a palpable presence. Every detail of the office underscores Principal Stern's power and the student's vulnerability. Sunlight drenches the vibrant schoolyard, alive with laughter and play. Young Ada watches from the edge, her eyes drawn to a cruel scene unfolding. Older children snatch a lunchbox, their laughter sharp against the smaller child's distress. A spark ignites within Ada, a fierce protectiveness hardening her young features. Determination sets in her eyes as she watches the scene. Sunlight floods the silent auditorium, dust motes swirling in golden beams. Empty rows of seats stretch into the distance, a sea of silent anticipation. Center stage, Ada stands alone, a solitary figure against the vast emptiness. Her fists clench at her sides, knuckles white with determination. A spark ignites in her eyes, a refusal to be silenced any longer. Her voice echoes in the empty hall. I can't stand by and watch this happen anymore. On stage, Principal Stern's face is a mask of fury, his reddened complexion betraying his simmering rage. The auditorium looms, its rows of empty seats amplifying the tension of Ada's conspicuous absence. Stern clenches his fists, struggling to control his anger. His voice booms, echoing through the silent hall. You'll regret this, Ada. The empty stage feels heavy with unspoken threats. Stern's eyes blaze, a storm of fury brewing behind them. Sunlight floods the auditorium, illuminating floating dust as rows of students await, hushed and expectant. A student leans in, whispering with admiration, their voice barely audible in the vast space. She's so brave, the student whispers, their words hanging in the air with admiration and anticipation. All eyes are fixed on the stage, where a story of courage is about to unfold. Sunlight illuminates the auditorium, dust motes swirling in golden rays, as rows of expectant faces fill the seats. A palpable hush falls over the crowd, anticipation hanging heavy in the air. A figure emerges, stepping into the light, their presence commanding attention. The air crackles with unspoken hopes and expectations. A parent's voice cuts through the silence, laden with anticipation. This is long overdue. All eyes are fixed on the stage, waiting for what is to come. An auditorium buzzes with anticipation, filled with faces turned towards the stage. Ada stands at the podium, a figure of determination against the backdrop of expectant eyes. Her voice cuts through the silence, resonating with unwavering resolve. A hush falls as she begins to speak, her words carrying the weight of shared hope. We deserve better than this, Ada declares, her voice echoing powerfully through the hall. Her simple statement hangs in the air, igniting a spark of recognition and solidarity. In a packed auditorium, Principal Stern's face burns crimson as he grips the podium, his fury palpable. The wooden surface of the podium groans under the force of his anger, each slam echoing his rage. Stern's voice booms through the hall, a command laced with fury. Silence her! The crowd stirs, a mix of fear and defiance rippling through them as Stern's command hangs in the air. Stern's eyes blaze, challenging any who dare to defy his iron will. The auditorium buzzes with anticipation as the lights dim, signaling the start of something grand. Principal Stern steps up to the podium, a figure of authority amidst the eager crowd. His voice, amplified, attempts to cut through the rising tide of excitement. But the audience, a sea of faces, is too charged, too ready for celebration. Applause explodes, a thunderous wave of sound that washes over the auditorium. Principal Stern's words are swallowed whole, lost in the joyous uproar of the crowd. An echoing auditorium, rows of empty folding chairs stretch into the distance, the air thick with unspoken tension. Sunlight pierces through high windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the heavy silence. The empty space seems to amplify the weight of expectation, each shadow holding a silent judgment. A lone school board member breaks the silence, their voice sharp and filled with disapproval. This is unacceptable, the words hang in the air, a stark declaration of failure. The echoing space seems to absorb the harsh words, leaving a palpable sense of unease and foreboding. Sunlight floods the auditorium as a new principal approaches the podium, a beacon of change amidst rows of empty seats. The silent auditorium holds its breath, a canvas of untold stories and forgotten dreams awaiting a fresh start. A palpable sense of anticipation fills the air, a fragile hope flickering in the hearts of those yearning for revival. The principal's voice resonates, a promise of unity and renewal echoing through the hallowed hall. We will rebuild this school together. A renewed determination sparks in their eyes, ready to face challenges and forge a brighter future. Under the bright sun, students flood from the school gates, their laughter echoing through the air. Amidst the cheerful chaos, Ada stands radiant, a wide smile lighting up her face. Ada's eyes sparkle with triumph, reflecting the joy of shared success. She raises her voice above the crowd, her excitement palpable. We did it! Her words hang in the air, a declaration of victory, and camaraderie. The sunny day amplifies the celebratory mood, a perfect backdrop to Ada's jubilant exclamation. Bathed in sunlight, the schoolyard buzzes with the joyful chaos of children at play. A student approaches Ada, their face lit with a genuine heartwarming smile. Gratitude shines in their eyes as they express sincere thanks. "Thank you, Ada." Ada's gentle nature is evident as she accepts the appreciation with a humble nod. Sunlight floods the classroom, motes of dust swirling in golden shafts. The air buzzes with quiet expectation. Rows of desks sit in perfect order, poised for the day's lessons and challenges. The teacher's podium stands ready, a silent promise of knowledge and guidance. The teacher stands tall, a beacon of hope in the bright classroom. "This is a new beginning," the teacher says, her voice ringing with optimism. The cafeteria buzzes with life, sunlight bathing the room in a warm glow as students fill the space. A symphony of laughter and chatter fills the air, mingling with the aroma of freshly cooked meals. Students crowd around tables, their faces animated in lively conversation and shared joy. A student exclaims with surprise, "The food is actually good now." The cafeteria staff works tirelessly, their movements a blur of efficiency amidst the lunchtime rush. Sunlight streams through the tall windows, casting long shadows across the bustling scene. Sunlight streams through the grand library windows, illuminating towering shelves filled with ancient books. Golden dust motes dance in the air, creating an ethereal atmosphere of knowledge and secrets. A student sits immersed in books, a serene smile lighting their face in the warm light. Lost in study, the student's silhouette is framed by stacks of books. The student whispers, "I love coming to the library now," a sentiment echoing through the silent hall. The library is quiet, but the student is happy. The school gate buzzes with students, backpacks bouncing as they navigate the bright, sunlit morning. Amidst the throng, a sense of youthful anticipation hangs palpably in the air. Ada stands out, her expression a beacon of determination against the lively backdrop. Her voice rings with conviction, cutting through the ambient noise with a sense of purpose. "We can make a difference," Ada declares, her words a spark of hope amidst the ordinary. Sunlight paints the tidy principal's office, reflecting off the polished wooden desk. The new principal sits, a beacon of optimism against the backdrop of academia. A determined gaze meets the morning light, reflecting hope and ambition. "We will create a better future for our students," the principal declares with conviction. The promise hangs in the air, a challenge and commitment in equal measure. The sunlit office transforms into a stage for change, dreams taking flight. Under the bright sun, children's laughter echoes across the schoolyard, a symphony of youthful joy. Ada leads the charge, her bright eyes sparkling with mischief as she navigates the playground. Classmates whirl around Ada, their carefree spirits painting a vibrant tableau of friendship and fun. The air is filled with shouts and cheers, a lively chorus of childhood exuberance. Each face radiates pure, unadulterated joy, capturing the essence of youthful innocence and camaraderie. Sunlight floods the classroom, turning dust motes into tiny, glittering stars. The teacher stands, framed by the bright windows, a picture of quiet triumph. A gentle smile plays on their lips, hinting at a victory hard won. The air is still pregnant with the unspoken promise of a new beginning. A sense of quiet satisfaction fills the room, palpable and warm. The school is finally heading in the right direction, a silent cheer in the air. Under the bright sun, the school gate stands tall, a beacon of hope and justice for all within. Its walls echo with the vibrant dreams and aspirations of countless students. The schoolyard bustles with youthful energy, a symphony of laughter and hurried footsteps. Each classroom window reflects the promise of knowledge and a brighter future. The flagpole stands proudly, its colors waving in the wind, a symbol of unity, a place of learning and growth, where young minds are nurtured and inspired.